crafters, it's Chris from Crafts with Chris, and don't you just love today's card? So we're going to make that card. If you are new here to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I do offer free crafting tutorials using mostly Stampin' Up products, and I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you do get notifications of my most recent videos. So let's go ahead and start on that card. So for our cardstock today, you're going to need a piece of lovely lipstick. This is cut A2 size, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, fold at 4 1/4. You will also need 2 pieces of Whisper White. These are both cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So we do need some cardstock here to do some die cutting. You're going to need some Blackberry Bliss, some lovely lipstick, and then some vellum to do these die cuts. So with these die cuts, I did use 2 different die sets. I used the Poppy Moments dies. So with the vellum, I cut out the poppies, 2 of the large poppies, 1 of the small. And then with the Blackberry Bliss, I cut 2 of the outlines of the larger poppies, and then 1 of the small. And then these guys here, I cut in your die set. You'll have these little centers here. So I took this center, I cut 2 of them out, and then that half center, I cut the 1 out. This little guy here, that was cut out of the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So on here you see all the great dies that you get. I just used the very smallest one to cut that out. So you want to go ahead and prep all that and get those cut out. So for the stamp set today, I'm actually using 2 of them, and I'm using 1 stamp from each set. So I'm using the Painted Poppies. I'm going to take this background stamp, and that's what we're going to use today out of this set. And the other stamp set I'm using today is Ride With Me. This is retiring, so if you like this stamp set, you want to get in there and purchase this as soon as possible. In here, I'm using this Happy Birthday. That's all that I'm going to use out of this set. So for our inks today, I am using Blackberry Bliss and Versamark. I'm taking that background stamp, and I'm going to do our stamping first. So I've got my ink pad, the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just going to ink this up. I'm just stamping this randomly all over the front of this. You know, there's no kind of method or anything. I will overlap. I'll just stamp this until I get it to where I like it. So this is how I did the background. My son said he likes this stamp set. It looks like when he spills chocolate milk all over the place and it splatters. So anyways, that's going to be our back set to our poppies. So I've got the little stitch shaped rectangle. I've got my embossing buddy. I'm going to run that over the top because we're going to do some embossing on this. This embossing buddy is retiring, so if you guys want to get your hands on it before it's gone, I cannot recommend this embossing buddy enough. It helps so much with keeping the static off of your projects. So I've got the Happy Birthday out of the Ride With Me stamp set. I'm going to ink that up with my Versamark, and we're going to stamp that right in the center of this. So I have a piece of scrap paper down. I've got the Shimmer Black Stamping Emboss Powder. This is retiring, and I am going to use that on my project today. I have my tweezers here, and what I like to do is turn this over, and I like to give the backside a couple of flicks, and that'll get all that loose emboss powder off of there. So we're going to go ahead and heat set this. So I'm bringing in the heating tool, and what you want to do is you want to turn it to setting 2, and you want to go ahead and let it run a little bit, let it warm up, and then you're going to just aim it on here and just heat set this. So I brought in all the pieces. We're going to start assembling these. So I'm going to use my liquid mono glue on this. I like that the tip of this is a very fine tip. As long as you don't squeeze real hard, you'll be fine. You can also take and squeeze a little bit out and get a sponge, and you can dab it all along the back and use it that way. But I find with the tip of this, it works out well to where you don't need to do that. So then I'll just go around the outside here. Again, not squeezing too hard because too much glue will come out. So I'll just go ahead and put a few dots along the edges of this. I'll bring my tweezers in, And then you'll take one of the bigger vellum pieces and you'll line it up. You'll be able to line it up, and then you'll just put this right on top. So as you can see, it lines up quite nicely. So you want to repeat this process with your other large poppy and your small poppy. So once these guys are all glued together, I'm just going to slide them over for a moment because I did get glue on my work area. So you can either change your paper, or I'll just take my embossing buddy and just run that over my area. So now where that glue was, it's not tacky. So I'm going to bring these in and we're going to glue the little centers on. So with these centers here, you just want to put some glue on the back, and then you just want to glue them on your flower. So the two big ones, of course, get the bigger circle, the full circle, and then the half circle one, of course, goes on the smaller one. Now you have your poppies. Any glue that is on the outside of here, it will dry clear. But I'll show you a little trick so it's not tacky. Now we're just going to bring in our card base, give that a good crease, and I'm going to glue that other piece of Whisper White on the inside of my card. While I have my mono glue out, I'll just use my mono glue. And then for the front of the card, I'm going to take this guy and glue that on the front. And again, I just have my mono glue handy, so I'm just going to use that. So your card's going to look like this. And then what I did was I just kind of lined these up on the front, kind of at a diagonal. And then this guy will go up here in the corner. And I'm going to anchor them down actually with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, so it pops them up. And it's really nice because you can see through here the background. So you just want to put, I just put one Stampin' Up! Dimensional on them. With the smaller flower, I just used one of the mini dimensionals. With the happy birthday, you want to use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals on the back. As you can see, I use the edge. You never waste any part of these Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So this just gets popped up here, just like that. So if you want to feel your flowers, if they feel sticky, this one feels a little sticky. What you can do is take your embossing buddy and just kind of rub that over the tops, and then that'll take all that stickiness away. That powder will get on there and take that away. So if you do happen to you know, spill some glue on your project and then it's sticky, that'll take that right away. Of course, I had to do something different with this because I just thought it was a little too plain, although it is beautiful the way it is. But I brought in the Wink of Stella, and what I did was I just colored the outside of this vellum on all of the flowers. I just did the vellum. I didn't do anything else. Oh, if the camera can catch that Wink of Stella, it just gives it that extra little sparkle. I did find that with the vellum, it does take a little bit longer for your Wink of Stella to dry. So you just want to be careful. Let it dry for, I would say, 10-15 minutes. You should be fine. So then I thought, well, the vellum looks awesome with the Wink of Stella, and I like the background, but I wanted something more. Then I brought the Noble Peacock rhinestones in, and I'm going to take the larger ones down here on the bottom, and I'm going to put those in the center of the two bigger poppies. And then I'm going to take the smaller ones, well, one of the smaller ones, and I'm going to put that on my little poppy. So I just thought that just topped it right off. So there's that card. Isn't that card super pretty? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. I will leave all the information in the link of the video of all the products that were used today. And don't forget, the retiring products are going away, so you want to get your hands on them before they're gone. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. Please subscribe below and don't forget to ring that bell. I also offer a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. You will get 30 free card ideas just for signing up. Thanks for watching.